Pete here with the Small Business Resource Center, making another coronavirus video. I kind of hoped I would not have to make another one, but it seems like this is an ongoing trend that needs to be discussed if you're a business owner in real estate, finance, banking, pretty much anything. As a small business owner, of course, all of our businesses are being affected. I'm not saying there's absolutely no problem, but I want to explain a couple things that I learned so far. And I am going to have a video from Santa Clara County because they actually did shut down the Unleash the Power Within event, the Google convention, and Facebook supposedly all got shut down because the county decided to do that. But there's 5 things you should know. I'm going to have the links in the description. Like and subscribe, comment to my channel if you have anything that you want to discuss. I'd be interested to hear it. Basically, when you compare the coronavirus to the flu, it's a lot less effective. A lot of people say that if you want to read the full article, but it's a lot less. About 2% people die from the coronavirus. It's actually spread through contagious people. So if you're not around anybody who's sick, you typically don't get it. But some of the problem is because symptoms can occur 2 to 14 days after you're actually exposed. So recently, believe it or not, somebody I know, I told them I was coming back to Pennsylvania. They said, hey, great, I want to meet up with you and talk about some things. And then, of course, I had already told them where I was and the things that were happening here. So you'll be able to see the video that I'm making in a couple days if you follow my channel. But what they're saying is they then said, hey, don't visit, just in case you get the coronavirus from somebody. So when you see the video I make, it might make more sense. But of course, I'm not here to cause any of my clients problems, and I'm respectful to their wishes. So I said, no problem. I have no problem waiting 14 days if that's going to make you feel comfortable to do business with me. Telling people that they're crazy or whatever is probably not going to help. But technically, I could bring the coronavirus back and get them sick. So here's what other people have said that they have gotten. And there was actually a video. I'm going to actually look it up. That'll be at the end of this, even though it's not showing up. But fever, cough, sore throat, a little bit difficulty breathing. So people have said, hey, I am treated for the coronavirus. They didn't really do anything. I had a headache for a couple days and a fever, sore throat. They gave me Gatorade, and they fortunately confined me to a bedroom or a hospital, and after that I left. What can you do to protect yourself? I would say, just try to stay clean. Don't touch your eyes, throat. Make sure you wash your hands frequently. If you're anywhere that you feel that you're infected, if you see people sick, they're talking about masks. I guess that could help too, but if you're in an area that's not really affected, I don't know if that's going to make a difference. So when you see the video of Santa Clara County where they shut down everything and people are acting, well, you'll see the video. I'm also going to put a link to the live update, which I put. That gives you the total deaths. So right now we have a live update of 5,000 deaths, 138 cases, 70,000 recoveries. This actually doesn't show the percentage anymore. The first day I looked at it, it actually had the percentage of people who are dying, which was only 2%. So I'm confused why they took that out. I don't know if they're just trying to get more people to come here and get worried, because it seems like there's honestly more fear mongering, but I'm going to be having counterpoints. So if you're one of those people who are like, okay, I'm going to stop watching because this person doesn't believe we're all going to die tomorrow, and that's what I want to hear. Sorry, I'm not telling you that, but you'll be some news you might be happy about. Here's the Center for Disease Control. So I'm going to give you a link to that in the description too. They talk about the coronavirus and what they're doing to fix problems, how many cases that they've had, and this is a recent link too. It also gives you helpful tips on airports and, stuff like that. Of course, I'm traveling. There's nobody on the plane. You'll see the video. Shouldn't say nobody. 85 to 90% of people didn't show or canceled their flight. Um, and here's a video that I'm going to share just because it has the forecast of the coronavirus.
The coronavirus was on January 21st. The U.S. has tested approximately 4,900 people so far. In contrast, South Korea has already tested almost 200,000 people. They can test 15,000 people a day. South Korea can test more people in one day than we tested over the past 2 months. So, Dr. Fauci, why are we so far behind Korea in testing and reporting this crisis?
Thank you very much, Chairwoman Maloney. I don't like to pass the buck, but Dr. Redfield has the numbers and a little map that he might want to show you about that, because I don't have that in front of me.
Okay. Is the worst yet to come, Dr. Fauci?
Yes, it is.
Can you elaborate?
Well, whenever you have an outbreak, that you can start seeing community spread, which means by definition that you don't know what the index case is, and the way you can approach it is by contact tracing. When you have enough of that, then it becomes a situation where you're not going to be able to effectively and efficiently contain it. Whenever you look at the history of outbreaks, what you see now in an uncontained way, and although we are containing it in some respects, we keep getting people coming in from the country that are travel related. We've seen that in many of the states that are now involved. And then when you get community spread, it makes the challenge much greater. So I can say we will see more cases and things will get worse than they are right now.
So I would like to say that that's probably common sense that can happen just because of travel. And even though, whoops, let me get rid of that. Even though we're looking at a situation where, it could potentially get worse, I think getting to the point where people are getting crazy and buying all kinds of stuff and, probably having 5 bottles of sanitizer and Lysol and everything's not going to help you. I guess you should probably look in your local area. If you're generally a clean person, if you're going to be a little bit more clean, probably that can help. But, a lot of things that seem to be going out of control here don't seem like they're a reality to me. What I'm looking at, let me try to find it in this article here. Link will be in the description. That they feel that the potential for the disease, okay, if nobody does anything and pretends like there's nothing going on, could be globally, I thought it was in this article, or maybe I read it somewhere else and lost the article. Okay, well, globally it could be roughly 10,000 deaths to $1.6 million, 1.6, oh, here we go. Oh, the range, 327 deaths to 1.6 million deaths. And that's why it seems like they're doing all these things and taking all these precautions. I really think it's being over cautious when you're doing this, but people are trying to limit travel. That's the big thing, from people who are not typically in your area. Maybe they're coming from areas where there's a higher ratio of coronavirus, just like with the cruise ships. They try to tell people, don't go on a cruise if you feel you're infected or sick. But I watched a video on cruise ships and they say most people won't cancel a cruise because of the fact that the cruise lines typically don't want to give your money back. If you're spending $1,000 or $2,000 on a trip, if you're not 100% sure you're sick, most people are saying, well, I'm going to lose my money, so I'm just not going to say anything. And that's typically what happens. And that's why they're looking at the potential deaths being so high. And that's why the government's doing what they're doing, or some counties are reacting. But the problem that I see is a lot of areas which probably have absolutely no reason to say anything, like local schools in the area where I live seem to be shutting down, and there's no cases of anything. It's not like they're getting people traveling in from certain areas that are infected for any reason, but they're closing. So I guess that's their option to make that decision to do that. I just think it's a lot of fear mongering and a lot of reasons why. Here's going to be the link for Italy, because Italy has a recent outburst and a higher cause of deaths. And not saying that this is in any way, related to anything, but it seems like people with weakened immune system and older people are the ones that are more affected by this, have a higher risk of, if you have a weak immune system, you have a higher risk of death. So it's similar to a flu. And here's the article that on why Italy death rates are so high, because they had 463 fatalities out of 9,000 and 162 confirmed cases as of March 9th. So that's a 5% rate. And basically, before what I saw was a 2%, and now they're saying 3.4% risk of dying. So most people just rest a little, have a little Gatorade, maybe an aspirin or something, and it seems like you're fine. Links are in the description. Check them out. And the video that I have of Santa Clara County, so you can see what's going on here, as well as a travel that I experienced through the coronavirus outbreak. I was looking at stuff on how it compares. Comment below. Let me know what's going on in your area, or if you think, what you think about this. And you'll see the video I have of what people think that I've talked to. All right. Have a great day. Pete Gustis, Small Business Resource Center. And let me know how this is affecting your business, because I'm kind of curious. I know for our business, some people in real estate have stated it has affected their business. And most of them actually said it's not affecting their business at all. But in general, I think it's having some effect on business. So like, subscribe, comment, and look out for the next video I'll have in a couple days. Have a great day.